Can we all agree that all classes are viable in DFO? I'm honestly mauling over this culture of saying that certain classes aren't viable, and it's misleading a lot of new players. I know certain people will always play to the tier list, aka a glorified popularity contest, but come on, this is DFO, a mainly non-competitive PvE game based around 61 different classes. Why do you even care about a tier list? Metas are gonna change, and what if you choose a class based on the tier and then later down the line they get nerfed? Won't you mold even more? I cannot connect the dots in choosing a class mainly for tier. You are going to be putting hundreds of hours into your mains. You might as well main a class you enjoy over viableness. What's good, guys? Chewy here. I've been dwelling on this topic for a while and I just wanted to make a discussion video on it. This is meant to throw my ideas out there and you could take it as you please. So for you mouth breeders on Reddit, chill. I just want to shoot my shit and hear what people think about this topic. When new players come into my stream and ask me is X class viable, I'm not gonna lie, I mini-mulled. Like, I get it, we want to make sure we play a good class. And to be fair, a lot of games condition us into thinking this way. For example, League of Legends meta. If you're playing an off-meta champion, you're kinda trolling. Certain classes, weapons, gears, in whatever game it is, being slightly overpowered than the rest, so we are forced to use it, or else we're putting ourselves at a huge disadvantage. Us as gamers has been conditioned to play the overpowered. I get it. But shouldn't our enjoyment of the game come over any perceived tier list? I think it's time for us as a community to go through a paradigm shift. All classes are viable in DFO because it is more based on gear and mechanics than the actual classes in the game. Let's think about it. The Korean tier list most people are following is just a popularity contest. The Korean community votes on classes they perceive to be the best. It's always going to be subjective on what the community at the time thinks is the best, aka the meta. Yeah, I know it has some merit because there are some number of countries out there that actually justify the rankings. But my issue arises when people are using the tier list to choose their mains. No, don't do that. You're gonna end up hating yourself, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna do more damage to you as a DFO player than just choosing a lower tiered class that you enjoy. Take the current queen, Vagabond. I remember back in my days, she was an absolute dumpster class based on the tier list. The meta shifted, she got some buffs, and now she's basically the #1 DPS in the game. Those people who are playing Vagabond because they liked her are now thrilled and they love it. And you know what else happened when she became S tier? A bunch of bandwagoners made her. Not because they like Vagabond, but because she was quote unquote the best. I remember, if you were around when the Slayers got their 3A, I swear it was such a dirty infestation. Vagabonds everywhere, squirming, skittering around like the roaches they are. But where are those vagabonds now? I'm pretty sure half of them burnt out of DFO because they chose her thinking she was the best, but not actually enjoying her. What is possibly even worse, they got spoiled by her and refused to play any other classes for the head-ass reasoning of, why would I play any other class when Vagabond's already the best? They spend time investing into a character based purely on the tier list, not based on if they enjoy the character or not. What about the Vagabonds that have crazy determination and are still playing her, but don't enjoy her? Good. You are slowly being spoiled by the best class in the game, and when the meta shifts, you're going to be one sad roach. Imagine trying to play Vagabond when you don't enjoy her and she's nerfed. Matter of fact, imagine doing that for any class in this game. You are setting yourself up for failure, and you are probably going to be blaming Neopol for this too. This is why I'm mini-mauled when people ask me is S-class viable. It does not matter if they're viable or not, because the only thing that should matter is if you enjoy them. The meta shifts often, and you choose to invest a lot into your classes to make them good in DFO. DFO is a game mostly based on the gear of your character, not really the class itself. What's important is if you choose a class, you fucking love them because you're going to be spending a lot of time with them. Like, look at me. I've been playing M-Grab since DFOG came out because I just love grabbing and slamming bitches. It's satisfying. He's used to be absolute garbage tier, and now the meta shifted and he isn't half bad. I can hit 100+ bill and complete everything in this game. Even back when he was garbage tier, I can complete everything as well because I had gear and I understood how to play my class. That should be your mentality when looking at classes in DFO. All that matters is if you vibe with them and you can play them. If you want to talk about viableness, I can tell you something that's even more viable than classes. It's your account. If you want to be a viable DFO player, have a good mix of synergies, DPS, and satyrs on your account. I can't tell you how many people I've run into that all have DPS and not a single satyr on their account. Like, that should not be viable. Those headasses are running around frothing at the mouth whenever a new Korean tier list comes out, but refuses to actually be a viable DFO player. Man, now I'm mauling myself. Looking for satyrs, headasses? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. My name is True Dagoon. I am an official DFO content creator now. If you enjoyed this little discussion and want to see more content from me, drop me a sub and a like. It helps me a ton. 1,000 subs is actually an achievable goal now. You guys are great. Discussion content is the content I honestly prefer and what I would like to watch on the regular basis. I love discussions and I'm hoping to bring this more into the DFO community. I'm trying something new and hoping I can evolve it into content that we both vibe with. You guys can catch me over at twitch.tv/TrueDagoon on the weekdays at 7 PM EST, 3 PM EST on the weekends. I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye for now. The Korean community votes on the classes they perceive to be the best. It's always going to be subject to